guys, so we're going to do another twisty demo here. What I'm going to do this time is I did a black and white simple twisty, the most basic kind that you can think of, and it was just two colors. So the next one that I'm going to do is also just going to be black and white, but I'm going to show you how you can make a tighter looking twisty than you might be, say, capable of when you're first starting out. So in order to do that, we're going to start with a base of white, and then we're going to add black, intense black. The reason that you need to use any kind of intense type black, so you can be Reichenbach deep black, or you could use intense black, or you can use Hades, which is the sim that I really like, that is a deep black. But the way to make it look like you have lots of twists in your twisty is to add more lines on your base when you're first doing it. Okay, so it's kind of like cheating, but it really gives you the look of having a lot of twists in your twisty. Alright, so we're going to do that with a black and white. Sorry about the loud noise in the background. That's my water, my well water, or whatever it does, pump or whatever. So what I'm doing is I'm making a gather of white. And I'm going to make that white into a cylinder. Alright, so there's my little white cylinder. And I don't want this to be real big, because when I want it to be a thin twisty. If you want it to be a thick twisty, then you would start with a larger base. But since I want it to be thin, I'm going to start with my core of white, and then I'm going to, with my intense black, I'm going to start in the center of that top and make a stripe and adhere it to the base, to the punty here at the base. So you see how it goes over that top towards the center, and then it comes down and touches the mandrel here. The reason I do that is so that all of this black will touch each of my punties, each line, and that way they'll stay adhered, and make sure that they go all the way through my twisty. So I'm going to go ahead and make one on the exact opposite side, another line. So I've got one on the top, one on the bottom, and I'm going to make one on either side. So I'm just swiping my black on, and I'm at a 50-degree angle when I'm doing this, so that I leave as much of this black glass on there as possible, but making sure that I'm swiping it so that it's really adhered on there well. Okay, so I've got now 4 lines of black and 4 lines of white. Now this white is mushier than the black, so I just want to make sure that the black goes into my white really well. So I'm just going to add another little swipe of white over top of my whites areas. And this is just going to make sure that that black doesn't completely take over my white, and instead kind of you can just see I added a little bit more white there. Now I'm ready to twist. That's all there is to making that twisty. Again, it's a fairly simple one, but you'll see the difference between the two. I'll show them to you. The one I just did. So I'm heated up that center there and put my punty in it. Now I'm going to heat up this whole glob, and I come at it from the right, from the left, from the center. I find that helps it to heat it up more evenly. Now with intense black, you can get the webbing. That's why it's not usually my go-to black for this kind of thing, but that was what I had hanging around. So I am getting this whole glob nice and hot. I'm checking it. Does it go in evenly? Does it come out evenly? The answer is yes. It's not too soft and soggy in the center. So now I can start twisting and pulling. And depending on how thick or thin you want it to be, is how fast you pull. Okay? The twisting should stay the same speed no matter how fast you're pulling it out. Alright, so there's that guy. I'm going to turn off my flame here, and I'm going to nip it, and I'll show you guys together. Okay, so you can see this little guy. He's got lots of twists. Okay, and this was the one where I just did half of it being white and half of it being black. Okay, so you can definitely tell just by adding those stripes instead of doing it half and half, how many more twists it looks like you've gotten on your twistie. It's just a interesting way to make it a little bit maybe easier if you want it to look like you've got a lot of twists, or if you're going for the more candy cane stripe look, then you would want to do it this way. So that being said, those are two twisties that I've shown you, and we're going to keep going, so have fun with this. Thanks, guys.